Hello. You are watching The Breakfast Club. Thank you for being with us. And as promised, we have a guest today. I'm going to talk about Biennial Asia Pacific Blog Award. All right, it's about to take KL by storm. But before that, we have a video that we're going to show you. Let's take a look. There you go. I'm here today with Michelle Che. She's the talent manager of Nuffnang, Malaysia. And she's going to talk about Asia Pacific Blog Awards. Thank you for being with us at the Breakfast Club. Have you had your breakfast already?
Yes, of course.
All right. First of all, tell us more details about this award.
Okay, so Nuffnang, let me just briefly introduce my company.
Right.
Nuffnang is actually the first and leading blog advertising community in Asia Pacific.
Okay.
So we've been around for 4 years, and 2 years ago, we thought we have this large community of bloggers. Why don't we do something to recognize these bloggers?
Yeah.
So that's why we came up with this award. We researched the Oscars, the Grammys, and whatnot, and we put together this event to recognize these bloggers.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
tell us about the award. When, where, how many nominations?
All right.
What are the category?
Okay, so the first time we had this award was in 2009. We had that in Singapore. This is the second time that we're having the award.
So now the venue is in Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay.
So Malaysia is actually hosting this this event this time around. We're having it at Putrajaya Marriott on the 16th of December, and we, like any awards, we have a nominations phase and a voting phase.
Okay.
So in the span of 3 weeks, we received up to more than 10,000 nominations.
10,000 nominations.
So that's like if we average it out, that's about 480 blogs nominated every day. And from these nominations, we actually found a lot of very, very interesting blogs that sometimes we ourselves miss out. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us one of that you stumbled on. One of the blogs that you stumbled.
Okay.
Interesting blog.
There's this particular fashion blog from Singapore that I found out. That was a finalist in the category, our best fashion blog category, that I really, really love, and I can't stop reading her blog every day right now.
Okay. Tell us, in your own opinion, you guys are the I can say observer and also the person in charge of all this internet industry.
Right.
How does this blogging change the perception within Malaysia over the past 2 years?
Okay, I think blogging has been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
So when blogging first started, everyone was jumping on the bandwagon. Everyone just wanted to own a blog, wanted everyone to read about their stuff, everything about them. So since then, blogging has actually taken on a different trend.
Okay.
It's moving from managing a blog to microblog platforms like Twitter and Facebook, and which is why actually going with this trend, this year around we actually introduced a new category in the awards. We call it the Best Microblog Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How many categories do you see about this award?
We have 12 categories.
Okay.
Now.
Tell us about what are the categories that you have?
Just to name a few, we have the Best Entertainment Blog, Best Food Blog, Best Fashion Blog, Best Micro Blog, as mentioned, Best Geek Blog, Parenting Blog, and of course we have the Most Influential Blog and the Region's Best Blog.
So how do you think it will enhance the quality of Malaysians? Where do we see ourselves as a community? Do we blog, and then do we become a very, very intellectual, community where we write down, we share our thoughts?
I think blogging has it made a lot of Malaysians we become more informed about a lot of information. So it's because blogs have become this platform where people read and people share information. So for example, like I have an interest in, for example, arts and craft. Okay. But I don't know probably a new method to create this this particular art, this particular craft. So what I do is I get to exchange a lot of information with blogs from different countries, and with that, we exchange tips and we comment on each other's art pieces and whatnot. So in that sense, actually, it has improved the quality of life of a lot of readers, a lot of Malaysian readers.
All right.
Yeah.
Then how do we fare next to our neighboring countries? For example, Singapore.
Okay, in Nuffnang actually, we have a community of over 1 million bloggers, and the Malaysian community stands at around 300,000. So comparing Malaysia and Singapore, our blogging, the style of blogging is quite similar. It's quite similar. So but people who are very interested to read blogs from Malaysia are also very interested to read blogs from Singapore. But if you compare it to the different countries in Nuffnang network, for example, Australia, that would be a bit more different. The bloggers in Malaysia and Singapore, or Philippines even, they tend to blog more about their personal lives.
All right, it's like a diary and journey of a person or something like that.
It's like a diary. And versus our bloggers from Australia, they blog a lot on specific topics like parenting. If it's a parenting blog, they write about their kids and how they bring up the kids. If it's a geek blog, you expect all the latest news on the gadgets, everything to be there for you.
Sort of like an expert in their subject.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, if coming from Nuffnang, what are your advices, to improve one blog?
Okay. Nuffnang actually, we provided an opportunity for a lot of bloggers to make a little income from blogging. Okay. Yeah. So, but a lot of bloggers are asking us, how can I earn more money from Nuffnang?
Yeah.
But, that's never the way to go, and that's not the sole reason why we believe anyone should start blogging. So if you, as a blogger, if you start blogging, try to notice what your readers respond best, to the type of posts that you write, and make sure it's a two-way communication. Interact with your readers, and if you find what makes them react best to it, focus on it and grow on it.
All right. In Malaysia, what's the most popular content? Topics.
Most popular, I think it's a huge range of topics, okay? But I'd say the most popular, most visited blog in Malaysia is actually this blog called beautifulnara.com.
Yeah.
He writes a lot about celebrity news, entertainment. I'm sure you've heard of it as well. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, tell us again, coming back to the Asia Pacific Blog Awards, how can the general public, for us to get involved? Can we vote?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So how do we do that,
We're actually in the voting phase of our awards. So the voting actually ends like the end of this week. So everyone's got quick, to pick their favorite blogs.
Right.
And you can just log on to our website.
Okay.
It's awards.nuffnang.com, and you can just vote for any blogger that you want. Check out their blogs. That's a huge range of blogs out there.
Okay, how does this event differ from the previous event? This is the second time you guys involved in this award.
Right.
So
a few points. Firstly, the one in 2009, we were only in 4 countries back then, but right now we've expanded to 7 countries.
Okay.
So in terms of size, our community has grown much bigger, and in terms of participants, this awards actually it will have about 500 plus bloggers with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the highlights of the event?
Highlights I think you'll see, but let me just give you a little bit of information. I think what we are very looking forward to is actually to meet a lot of bloggers from the different countries, because from the experience 2 years ago, we found a lot of these blogs, very interesting blogs from like Australia, Singapore, Philippines, and we've been hooked on all these bloggers, on these bloggers' blogs. So this year around, I think you can expect a lot more new talents that are coming up, and we're very looking forward to that.
Okay, it seems that there are many, we are now in this community that we blog, we tweet, we Facebook.
Yes.
Tell us your insights about, what about our connection, our infrastructure? Are we there still?
Of course we're there. We are there. If not, why are we here, right?
Okay.
If not, we won't be talking about it right now. So,
any opinions on that? As you know, we are looking at speed here. We are looking at IPTV next. So, any opinions on that? Should we improvise on that? At the current state right now, we can hear consumers been complaining. We have low connection.
I think a lot of brands, especially, they are more aware of what social media can do for their brands, and which is why we get a lot more attention from brands, and a lot of brands are starting to become more open-minded to the types of ideas we propose to them on how to engage the people in our community.
True that.
So so it's growing at a very fast pace, and we're very excited to see the future of it.
Okay, great. So again, the website is awards.nuffnang, and tell us again about what does Nuffnang do?
Okay, we are a blog advertising community. So what we do is we have a huge pool of bloggers that are under our community, and a lot of advertisers, they come through us to find ways to engage these bloggers, to write about their brand, to talk about their brand. So we are the little person. We propose ideas to brands, and we see how we can engage our community to do something good for the brand.
Okay, there you go. Binil, Asia Pacific Blog Awards. It's on the 16th of December at the Marriott Putrajaya. So if you want details at the website, I think we have it on the screen afterwards. I guess that's all we have for this segment. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Shida.
All right, we have to take a short break. Afterwards, we have Elaine Noor with Amy Bay. She's a celebrity chef. We're going to talk about food. What else in the morning breakfast after this? Thank you.